Welcome to How Do I Get Issues Done? In this tutorial, you'll get to know what Jira workflows are and what they're made up of. You'll experience the different ways to advance an issue through workflow and how to view an issue's workflow. Also, you'll learn the importance of having your issues in the correct workflow status. Tasks are made up of steps. For example, if you're making a hamburger, you fry the patty, toast the buns, slice the tomato, and so on. Or, if you work in HR onboarding new hires, you need to prepare paperwork, ensure their workspace is ready, create accounts for them, and so on. It's the same thing in Jira. Your project issues need to go through a series of steps before they're done. These steps model the real-life processes your work items go through, and is called a workflow. It may be as simple as to do, in progress, and done. Or it could be more complex with more steps. Having workflow ensures all your team members are following the same process, and it lets you see where the work is flowing smoothly and where there are bottlenecks. What workflow an issue follows depends on the project it belongs to and its issue type. For example, in this Rockets app software project, tasks have a simple to-do, in progress, and done workflow, whereas bugs and stories have an additional code review step. Each issue type can have its own unique workflow addressing different business needs. Each step in a Jira workflow is called a status. When you start work on an issue or finish one stage of work, you transition the issue to a new status. This advances the issue through its workflow. This transition may involve a handoff to another member of your team. For example, a software issue may have tasks performed by a designer, a developer, a QA tester, and a release manager as it progresses through its workflow. You can advance an issue through its workflow in a number of ways. If your project uses boards, you can simply move the issue from one column to another. I've designed the stickers, so I'll move this issue from in progress to under review. Or from the issue itself, you can click one of the transitions that indicate the next action. This bug is in the code review status. I've just reviewed it and I'm happy with it. I'll click code review passed and that moves the issue to the closed status. Or the transition can happen automatically when you perform an action on an issue. This service request is in the waiting for support status. I'll respond to the customer and the issue is automatically advanced when I make the comment. Now the status is waiting for customer. Here's an issue that's in the to-do status and has the start progress and done transitions available. To view the workflow, click this View Workflow link. Here you see all the statuses in the workflow. And if you mouse over a status, you see the transitions going out of and coming into that status. Even though this is a simple workflow, there are multiple ways an issue can go through it, so it's represented a little differently than what we've seen so far. Click each of the typical Jira users to see some of the workflows they use in their projects.
Hi, it's Kevin. Our development group uses a custom workflow that you can see on this board. I can only move an issue from to-do to in progress when I start work. Once I have an issue in progress, I typically move it to code review once I've finished my work. But I can also move it back to to-do if I get pulled onto other issues and can no longer work on this one. And when reviewers have finished code review, they can either send it back to in progress if I didn't pass code review, or move it to done if it did. And if an issue that was done needs to be reopened, I can move it back to code review or to do.
Hi, this is Caroline. In our IT service desk, we have a different workflow for each of our issue types. For example, this issue is an incident, and it's currently in the open status. The transitions I have available are investigate, pending, cancel, and resolve. If we view the workflow, you can see there are a number of different paths this incident could take. It could be worked on, completed, then closed, or it could be waiting and pending, or even canceled, then closed. These are just a few of the possibilities.
Hi, this is Lewis. In my marketing blog business project, our tasks use this workflow. It's the default simplified workflow, which means we can move issues between any columns. I can move to-do issues to in progress to start work, or straight to done if no work is needed. And from in progress, I can move issues back to to-do if work needs to be stopped for a while, or to done when they're finished. Finally, I can move issues from done back to to-do or to in progress if they need to be reworked.
Each project type in Jira comes with a default workflow for each template. These are good places to start with any new project. Your Jira administrator can customize these workflows or download others from the Atlassian Marketplace if your team has specific needs. As a best practice, ensure your issues are always in the correct status. If you're using a board, ensure your issues are in the correct columns. For example, if you start working on an issue, don't leave it in the to-do status until you're done. It becomes a management nightmare to distinguish between issues that are open and need to be worked on, and those that are actively being worked on. Having your issues in the correct status also minimizes communication about the current status, as everyone can see what everyone else is working on. What are the takeaways here? Advance an issue through workflow by using the transitions in the issue or moving it across your board. View an issue's workflow by clicking the workflow link in the issue. And ensure you set the correct status when working an issue. If you'd like a project to practice in, you could ask your Jira administrator to create a project with sample data. Take some time to apply what you've learned in your own project. Open your instance of Jira and open an issue. What's the status of the issue? What workflow transitions are available for the issue? Click the View Workflow link and view the full workflow and mouse over some of the transitions. If you're using a board, what are the columns on the board? These represent your workflow. Optionally, if you have a test issue you can experiment with, advance the issue through its workflow.